Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be playing Meet Your Maker, and we're doing a workshop video here. What I'm going to be calling this contraption, Sinister Outpost, I'm going to be calling it the hallway. And you're going to see why in just a second. So what I did is I went 3 blocks wide, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, the back walls are the 13th mark. I did it this way so that the traps have a chance to catch somebody if they're trying to speed run. But I have a few counters in this game for speed runners. One of the major counters is I've got a lot of secondary springing traps that come up after the Genmat's taken that block this way getting out. So if the person speed runs into this thing and they go speed run, speed run, speed run, and they just happen to make it through the hallway without dying, they're not going to have that much to deal with down here. I got my first tomb here that people can get. Then they come down into the Genmat room. I do have a few traps here that will slow them down. Now this combo that you see in front of me, if I hit the Y and get rid of that, you see I've got a bouncing Betty or a bomb ejector trap here, but I also have got a claw trap here. My hope is a person peeks across, they get caught by that, they get pulled in, and then the bouncing Betty gets them. And there's a fire trap here to kind of slow them down coming around the corner. And then I have an active sentinel up there with the plasma. If I go to the mod, it's got the plasma cloud mod, and that basically will just slow them down coming around this corner. My hope is they get most of their attention comes to these 3 traps and they don't realize that this trap is here. Now coming out of this thing, this is on second wave, this hollow cube, so they can't go this way for the first wave, but during second wave, once they get to Genmat, they can go down here, and one of the tombs is down here if this is what they want to get. There's the tomb right there. Now the third tomb on this map, I haven't really found it yet, but I'll incorporate it into the map once I find it. So this hollow cube here is on second wave with a bouncing Betty or a bomb injector at the very top of it. This trap here is second wave, and this trap here is second wave, only so that when they pull this thing, they're going to stand here, they're going to see nothing's going on, nothing's springed on them. But then what's going to happen is they're going to be slowed here coming out of this room with these 2 traps because they're on second wave. And then once they hit this, they're stuck here with the bouncing Betty. So that's really how this end room works. I didn't make it so that it was impossible. It's really just grab and go, but with a little slowdown. And then when they come back out, back into the hallway, there's going to be, I believe, this one, and this one are second wave. So basically, if they had speed run it coming in, and most of the traps are still active, coming out, they're going to have to deal with the way being blocked. So then they'll have to deal with all the traps that are in there. So there's a second wave kind of counter, but it's not the best. My thoughts with this one, the hallway, was just to be a fun little map. Now what I've done here is as you know, when I build my bases, I do a lot of crossfire. I do overlapping crossfire in my bases. And as you can see, I come in here, I've used a lot of the new traps, these sentry beams. That one's not modded. I didn't have enough capacity to mod it, but that one's not modded. And then I've got some grapplers up here that will pull you up into the roof area. And my hope is once you get up there, then it's just going to be hell for you because you'll be pulled up into this area here if these grapplers get you, and then you'd be subjected to the things that are on the back wall here. And what I've got on the back wall here is I've got the lasers. I got 3 lasers, and I've got 3 sentinels on the back wall. I've got 2 fire traps up here. These are the incinerators. These aren't modded, didn't need to be modded, no mods needed. It's just in case they get stopped by these pistons, which are active on the first run, these two pistons. So they might have to slow down enough to destroy them, and my hope is that they get caught with that. But there's a lot of the laser beams in here. Granted, the laser beams can kill other things in the room, but I think that's part of the fun. I've got another sentinel up here with the plasma cloud mod, another one here. So if they're going inch by inch, they have to deal with those things. What I did is on these cubes here, they're opaque and you can't shoot through them, so they won't be able to shoot those traps out unless they get closer. And then on the top of the pillars, I just have these enforcers just to add some extra difficulty. So these enforcers got armor and they got this fast shoot mod where they can shoot faster. And then I've just got these two hornets that come out to the center on both sides here. There's just two of them. They come in, they come out, they come in and come out. They are armored and they also got the fast shooting mod. So it really was designed to be just a fast kill, fast kill, fast run, try to tackle it quickly. It's not made to take up anybody's time, you know what I mean? Somebody who's systematically shooting the traps should be in and out of here in like 8 minutes. If they try speed running it, I think they're going to get jammed up because, again, a lot of these traps on this back wall are second wave traps. So when they come out of this thing after speed running it and coming back out, they're going to notice that a lot of the traps are designed to slow them back down on their way out, and they're facing towards now traps that they weren't having to deal with before. So that one's on second wave, that one's on second wave. I got a couple, I think this one's on second wave. So what happens is they get you coming, they get you going. I'm hoping that the concept is sound. I just put this thing together just in the last 20 minutes. And I thought about it for a while before building it. And I call it the hallway. So why don't I'm going to activate it here momentarily, and we'll see what we get for victims, yeah, or players. Let's see how well it does, okay? All right, well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.